Welcome to a beautiful midweek Wednesday. This is Waiting to Win, proudly brought to you by Betway, the new home of the PSLSA. It is looking ahead to racing back in KZN. We are at Greyville, where we're racing on the turf for a change midweek. Some very nice sorts on display, plus a nice competitive 8-race program that awaits us. It starts at 12:25, and of course, there should be a bit of a stardust around as well because Mr. Keegan DeMello, he hasn't yet made his return to Hong Kong. He's got a full program, and amongst others, he'll be reuniting with Dean Caname, who was pivotal to his landing that championship a couple of seasons back. All right, let's get to it. It is Gary John on the line. Gary John, we are looking ahead to a Wednesday, and it's looking ahead to a very special card. Of course, we spoke about Keegan DeMello, but of course, we've got one or two nice sorts on display today.
Yeah, good morning, Cecil, and good morning to all the punters. Thanks for having me again on the show. Today's card doesn't look too bad. I think we're going to make some money, and let's see how we go.
All right, let's get straight down to it, Gary John. In a race number one, we've got the 9 Pantheria Uncia as one of the more fancied runners. And as far as the 10, Lizwile Ilali, that is at 13-5. There has been a nibble at a first-timer here, and that's number 6, the Karari Rose. One of 3 first-timers from the Mike Miller stable, but it is the 5 Warrior Royale that will be ridden by stable elector Tristan Gordon. How do we get through the first leg of the bipod, sir?
The first leg, Cecil, let me just speak on the race runners first. I really like this Lizwe Lali. That run to Quid Pro Quo, 8.9 lengths was a great run. And if you were to compare 9 and 10, I have to lean towards the 10 because the 10 hasn't held on 2 runs. On the forward motion run, not the forward, sorry, my mistake. On the one smart cookie run, there's not much in it, 2-length beating, and then it beat it by 4.5 lengths, the Sorceress Supreme run. So I had to lean towards Lizwe Lali. I'm not too worried about the draw there. I think it should finish in front of the 9. Another horse, Magic Maverick, I think it's going to go to the front today at Greyville. I see that as the danger out of the race runners. Talking on the first timers, I heard this Karari Rose has got quite a lot of great gate speed, but there's not much in it between the 5 and the 6. But obviously Tristan had choice over there. So in the bar pot, I think Lizwe Lali should get you through, eh?
Banker the 10 in the first leg of the bipod and a very inexpensive outlay of 24 Rand. And that also makes it very, very, very affordable to go a couple of times at least. Off time, 12:25, race 1. Okay, so we move on with our preview for Wednesday racing, midweek racing coming through from KZN. It is Hollywood Bets of Greyville hosting an 8-race program on the turf track. And now we get to race number 2, Catch KZN Racing via live streaming. And that is a maiden plate over the 1,600 meters. We have a runner that has certainly got all the makings of the banker of the week so far. And the price says it all. It was 5-10 last night. Let's just check out what Keegan DeMello's mount for Dean Caname is. Its industrial strength. And that is currently, let's just see if there's been a shortening or there's been a bit of a thawing. 11-20 is the industrial strength. 1 El Capitan is at 9-2, 5-1. The 6th, the Octagon. It is 16s and better bar those. Well, what can we say about the 8 industrial strength? However, I see, in fact, that you bank at the 1, if memory serves me right. Let's hear more from you.
Let me start on industrial strength, Cecil. It was a really good run first time out. Draw 11 out of 13. And I mean, the specialist is a really nice horse. Something that just put me off is the 3rd horse in that race, Future Flow. Normally stops at the end, and it might look like industrial strength was finishing stronger than what it looked like. And also looking at the winner, the specialist, it had a lot in hand at the end when I watched the replay. I felt like it could have won by further. But just take into account that this horse is going over the 1,600. It could come on. It can definitely, it's going to love it. But my first choice here, clear first choice is El Capitan. It's I've got a nice collateral form on its second run in Cape Town. It ran to talk to the master. I know Radian ran second. It hasn't won yet. in Durban, but it will definitely win its race. But the key horse in that race there was Isivani Vani. El Capitan beat Isivani Vani by two and a bit lengths. And if you go to Isivani Vani's first run at Scottsville, it beat the specialist. The specialist ran third in that race. So I'm going to try go on, obviously, on form here. I think El Capitan is a couple lengths better than the favorite. It's quite a big statement to make. And also, there's a lot of value in El Capitana. Both these horses haven't tried the 1600. Also, El Capitan is draw one, which is also a big help at Greyville. And you're looking at the price. Would you take 5 to 10 the winner? I'm not the winner, Industrial Strength, or would you take 5 to 10 top three El Capitan? I would rather be backing El Capitan top three at 5 to 10 a place than backing the favorites. My opinion. But I'm definitely having a win bet on El Capitan.
Thank you very much, and you make a really, really very good case there for yourself and eloquently put. So El Capitan should get the better of the 8 Industrial Strength of 5 to 10 favorite or 11 to 20 favorite in race 2. That's the first leg rather of the PA, and that's off at 1 o'clock. All right, so we're getting into the third of 8 at Hollywood Bets at Greyville. That'll be the start of the Pick 6. And just before we get to Gary John, worth reminding you of that initiative by Betway. It is the Betway, is it Jackpot Million that is underway. It is 8 races. Choose the winner of the 8 races, or choose the winner of 7 races, and nominate one of those 8 winners that you think can run a place, and you're in the line for a R1 million or part of that R1 million. That is the million jackpot that is currently underway at Betway Free to Play. All right, let's get to race 3, following the box seat podcast of Fillies and Mares 72 handicap. It's over the 1600 meters, a field of 10 carded. And looking at the betting itself, well, this is a bit more open than the preceding race. Care Forgot rather, Baron Bottas and Smanga Kumalo is at 5 to 2. The 4 State Secret 28 to 10. And then you're looking at the 2 Green Valkyrie. That is at 33 to 10. That was the betting last night, and I don't see too much changes. Now, Mr. Gary John, you're the man with the answers. What do we do? Race 3, first leg of the Pick 6.
Cecil over here, I banked Care Forgot only because my perm came up to too much when I wanted to add Green Valkyrie in, and I wanted to load later. I made this an absolute boat race between 2 and 3. I know I've banked Care Forgot in mine, but guys out there, don't be scared to add the 2 in and maybe go a little bit less in other legs. I was looking at Spring Kiss. I just think this horse is a poly horse. So I don't think it's a grass horse. There's nothing wrong with its form. If I was to look for a little bit of value over here, I'd actually be staring at the 8, Shaken Not Stirred. I know it's a bit of a up and down horse, but at one stage it did prove itself, So, but in my eyes, I think Care Forgot is my first choice on form. It's run against really nice horses, and Green Valkyrie's last run to Gorgeous Girl was also a great run. I found it very hard to separate them, but I had to take my chance somewhere.
All right, that is a confirmed bank at the 3 in leg 1. And it must be said that form line of that last run is very, very strong indeed. Dark Winter, Forward Motion, and Safe and Sound, all coming out to win the next time out. Off time to race number 3, the first leg of the Pick 6 is 25 to 2. It must be said, for a midweek meeting, the Hollywood Bets Greyville card, which is on the turf today, is certainly quite decent and quite an attractive proposition. Race number 4 is no exception. We go up to a merit rate at 84. We should be off with that first leg of the first jackpot at 10 past 2. A field of 14 have been gathered, and so far the favorite, and a pretty open looking race, is in fact, you've got a couple of 5 to 1 favorites, and there are the 2 Nocturnal Flight, the 12 Cyber Time. That is at 5 to 1. So it is pretty open, and then you've got the 6 Lucky Dollar. That is at 6 to 1. Gary John, I think you heard my intro there. Very nice card for midweek, and for form studiers like your good self, it is a nice card to get your teeth into.
Yes, of course, Cecil. I was just speaking on race 4. Yeah, it's a few of these horses have run together. It's a very open race. It's definitely a field leg in my eyes. Nocturnal Flights, Salukwe, Lucky Dollar, Beyond the Boundary, they all ran together last time. I do see Nocturnal Flight was drawn 14 out of 15, and it has a lot of horses held, and I saw how it finished. But my first choice here would have to be Lucky Dollar. I know it's held, but dropping back to the 1600, especially at Greyville, that run to Spelling Bee 1.9 lengths, there have been plenty of winners out of that form line. I don't think this horse is going to is a win bet, but I think this horse won't miss the top four. Lucky Dollar, I must admit. It's I think it's 11 to 10 top four. It's like I said, there is a lot of horses held on here. It's got held, but at Greyville 1600, different course. That run, I think it's a really great run. Bristol Hercules come out to win. Down by the River never ran a bad race. Master of Destiny come out to win. Moolah Man come out to win. Madison Valley won the Gold Bars at War and won 2 in a row. I mean, this finished second. So, I mean, maybe don't take a win bet, but I think this horse will definitely never miss the top four here at 11 to 10.
All right, that is the thoughts of Mr. Gary John, and in his jackpot, he's gone pretty wide 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. There is that banker in leg number 3, that is race number 7, and he's decided to bank a number 8, let the flag fly. Right, we'll get to that in due course. That is the jackpot 1, and a reminder off at 10 past 2. All right, so we get into the second half of an 8-race program, and my apologies to Gary John. I said banker in race 7, that is the 8. It should be banker race 6, number 8, in both of his jackpots, as you will see when at the end of this particular blitz. Right, it is race number 5, Fillies and Mares 79. They're going over the 2,000 meters, and looking at the betting itself. The 8 Escape Artist, that is a 28 to 10, and then there's some 15, 3 to 1 rather, about the 6 Woodland Glade Muzieni back aboard. 7 to 2 about the 5 Escapologist, not much separating that with the 7 Hot Strike, who's at 15 to 4. All right, so Escape Artist 28 to 10, Gary John, it is off at 2:45 with race number 5. How are you going about race 5?
When I looked at this race, I saw Woodland Glade. I really liked the way it won the last 2 times. But when Escape Artist and Woodland Glade met, there wasn't much in it, but there's quite a big weight turnaround there with those 2 horses. So I had to lean towards Escape Artist. And I also remember going to the front at Scottsville last time. I think the Greyville will suit it. I think it's 200 meters further than its last run. Oh no, sorry, it's only 50 meters further. But the weight turnaround is going to make a big difference to this horse Escape Artist. Just talking about some value in this race, Giver's Grace. I actually give a big chance to. I feel like this horse is priced up completely wrong. I think it can definitely pop up in this field. Also, Escapeologist has done nothing wrong, and Hot Strike. I suggest load in this race, and definitely have a few rand on Giver's Grace.
Giver's Grace could be the each-way value. It's currently showing at around a 25 to 1. In fact, I say 28 to 1 is Giver's Grace, but there is your minimum for that first leg of jackpot 2. 2, 5, 7, and 8 Giver's Grace, the 5 Escapologist, the 7 that is Hot Strike, and the 8 Escape Artist would make up that first 4. Okay, so don't forget about that new initiative. We'll be talking about it in more detail as we progress through the day, but it has been on the go, and I've actually encountered a few people who've tried that jackpot, and it seems to be stirring up a lot of excitement. You can access it. It's free to play on Betway. Now, let's get to race number 6, and one of the more popular bets. That this is the banker that we erroneously put in race number 7. And of course, Keegan DeMello, he knows the horse well, teams up with Dean Ganamere, and it is Spelling Bee that is the favorite here in a race number 6. Was it around a 22 to 10 overnight, having been shortened in from 33 to 10? Dare say that Spelling Bee, Mr. Gary John, will shorten in further as the race beckons. What do you think?
Cecil, I make this the best bet on the card by Country Mile. It's unbeaten at Greyville. Obviously, over the 1400, its first time when it ran there, it absolutely romped home. Had a ton in hand. And then at Scottsville, obviously, I never enjoyed it that day. I know the Shepherd beat it, but I'm willing to say today the Spelling Bee will finish in front of the Shepherd. And on its last run to Lucky Dollar, like I said, that form line is very, very strong, and I was very impressed the way it won. It could have won by further, in my opinion. Just talking on Command Pilot, there is a line. We've got a line on it. It beat Royal Guard by 1.25 lengths, Command Pilot. And if you go to Spinning last run, it beat a horse called Bristol Hercules that came out to win, and Royal Guard was in that field, which was 3.4 lengths behind Bristol Hercules. So I'm pretty sure Spelling Bee's a better horse than Command Pilot. Don't get me wrong, I think Command Pilot is a very good horse, but on form, I definitely think Spelling Bee's the horse to beat. And also with these Joburg horses traveling up to Durban, most of them are getting beat, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you'll find Alec has actually got a string out there, because he used to make a habit of actually taking a string out just towards the end of the KwaZulu-Natal season, and it would be there for a little while. So it may not have actually traveled as recent as you think, because if you remember on Sunday, he also had that horse that nearly pulled off the shock, Quantum. That was seconded to our favorite in that after stud stakes. So Spelling Bee, that is the one that they all have to beat. Very strong form line, including beating Madison Valley, who actually came out and won the Grade 3 Gold Vase, and also not disgraced in the Gold Cup when running 5th. All right, so we get to the last chance to be part of a double as far as the racing this afternoon is concerned at the Hollywood Bets at Greyville. We're on the turf, and we resort to a sprint trip of 1,200 meters for this Gallop TV YouTube channel. Merit rated 88, a field of 13. And the favorite in race number 7 is again a pretty weak one. That is number 12, Rosh Kadesh. So on paper, Dean Kannemeyer could have a field day once again with the services of soon to be departed Mr. Keegan de Mello. Let me put that correctly. Sooner to depart, Mr. Keegan de Mello. Right, as far as the selections are concerned, I follow tipsters and I see what you various tipsters do as far as tips are concerned. And our tipster in computer form, well versed in KZN, Mr. Jermaine Mirage, has gone with a horse that is currently priced up at around 40 to 1. Has both his value bet and the possible winner of race number 7, and that is Winter Games. Where do you place Winter Games in your selections? And I do say again, knowingly, that I would never deride what Jermaine goes for, because he knows his value.
Cecil, I don't blame him for backing this horse at this price. I mean, if you go back to his previous form, give me another chance. 3 lengths, 2 lengths, Sandringham Summit, Gladiatorian. Yeah, I mean, it's run against top sorts. Even 9.8 lengths, the Real Prince is not a bad run. There's a lot of value in this horse, and it's also got the draw, which would help a lot. I was very upset. Honestly, when I was looking at this race last night, I thought it was over 1,000 meters, and then I saw it was over 1,200. I really liked a horse called Warrior of Royalty, but I don't think the extra 200 meters is going to suit it. Also, just talking on it, when they did the July gallops, I remember Warrior of Royalty was working with Royal Victory, if I'm not mistaken, which says a bit of they must think a lot about the horse. Also, funny enough, I know you made that mistake earlier with Let the Flag Fly. I actually do give it a small chance. It's had one really good run, 4.9 lengths, main defender. It could pop up. License to Thrill can also make it back to back. Rosh Kodesh as well got great form, just a really, really bad draw. I'm a bit scared of that over the 1,200 at Greyville. And then also talking on Mark de Kock's horse, this horse was highly, highly rated, Bimoseek. I don't know what went wrong with it, but also can definitely pop up. I see this as a very open race, and I would be looking to play the value.
All right, so it is that kind of a race, and you've decided to go a swinger box to 4, 9, and 13. Warrior of Royalty around a 15 to 2, the 9, 15 to 2, and the 13, a Bimonesque That is the newly turned 4-year-old. That is at 15-2. Half time to that first leg of the last double is 4 o'clock. All right, so we round it all off with the Hollywood Bets a bright future feelings in May 78. It's over the 1,200 meters. And again, another very competitive race, which just adds to what should be a decent afternoon of racing. And punting, of course, for the form studier. The 4 lucrative, that is the favorite. Overnight 2-1 was lucrative. Dean Canamere and Keegan Demele and those familiar silks of Mr. Fred Krabia. 1 run. And it was a winner first time out. I actually do recall that win by this 3-year-old daughter of Vercingetorix out of a Karori mare La Colossa. And the market rivals, well, they come in the shape of number 9, Ragalava, and the 12, Rani of Jansi. They are at 9-1. And then you can get any price about the rest. Ragalava is at 11-2 rather. Ethereal View and Ronnie of Jansi 9-1. All right, so you do recall that victory. It's as if Lucrative was just suddenly dropped into the race, and the rest was history under Craig Zaki a few weeks ago.
Yes, Cecil. I really thought that victory was very impressive. The way it won, it came from off them and it won going away. I do see there's a horse that's come out to win called Edge of Tomorrow. The only thing that puts me off with that, it was a very small field that Edge of Tomorrow beat. This horse Lucrative will know today how good it is, because I'm not 100% sure, but on its first run it was very impressive. My first choice here is Grey Fantasy. I definitely think it's going to overcome the draw. I really like its run to Just Reckless. It was a really great run. When they took it up to Joburg, I think the jockey got dislodged. So they must think quite a lot of it. And if you're looking for a little bit of value, this horse Magical View has also done nothing wrong, and it's got the draw. Obviously, Tristan probably had a choice between the two, but just looking at Magical View, 4.2 lengths quid pro quo. What a great run first time out. And even in its last run, it wasn't a bad run. It's priced up at 20-1 and 4-1 a play. So there is value in it, but I have to stick with Grey Fantasy. I think this horse is going to run a big race today, and I think it's a very, very nice horse.
Yes, indeed. Of course, Mike, as you say, brought it up to Joburg, and things didn't go well. But that last run behind it, Just Reckless, again, even before going back, is certainly a very, very, very good run indeed. Gary John, that has been his thoughts on our 8-race program, a great program to look forward to at Hollywood Bets Greyville. That is with the first leg of the Bipod in race 1.